Triathlon head coach Jen Mathe, Torin Lackman, and Audyn Setzer. Coach, been at it here for a couple weeks with your preseason camp. If you can kind of give us a rundown of that, what you've seen, and then we'll kind of go into this week.
Let's see, we've been going for 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks now. First week was just all about getting acclimated to the heat. It was really hot that week. And the altitude, a lot of the girls live down at sea level, and so coming up here, even though we're not super high, takes a lot of getting used to. So we did a little camping trip out to Ridgeline, had some team bonding and playing in the lake, and just getting accustomed to working together as a team and getting used to the environment. And then last week was when we really started putting in some hard efforts and starting to see what the team is looking like. And it looks like we've got a really strong team this year, and really excited to see what we can do.
Torin, your senior year now, kind of what's been different this camp as you've grown and had more and more experience each year going into the season you're out with?
Yeah, I think the biggest difference, it's been super exciting, is the large amount of freshmen we have. It was a bit desolate in the spring with people graduating. There was like 6 of us practicing every day, so having a full squad has been super awesome. Everyone seems super stoked to be here, which is also great. And I think the dynamic will be super good. From a personal standpoint too, I'm pretty excited. I spent my whole summer preparing for this season, so just excited to see what I can do with my last 3 months here.
Audyn, you redshirted last year. Now we get to put the uniform on for the first time officially. What's kind of your excitement level and outlook for the season as a whole and just this week in general?
Yeah, I'm really excited to get back to it. I'm really excited about the freshmen this year. They've got great experience and they've been really strong, and the team aspect has been really awesome. Yeah, I'm definitely excited to get back to racing and really eager for this weekend. So.
Coach, you go to South Dakota this week, taking a majority of the team. What do you hope to get out of week number 1 of competition?
This race is a little bit different. It's a super sprint, so it's about half the distance that we're going to be racing later in the year and what our national championship race is going to be. So it's going to be a little bit of a different experience for a lot of them. Some of them have never done a super sprint, and then some of them are better at super sprint. So this race, I kind of want to see where everyone falls in the team lineup and see what we need to work on, but it's still going to be a little bit different because the distance is different. So it's not 100% snapshot of what our team looks like, but it'll be a good preview of what we've got to look forward to for the rest of the season.
Open up for questions.
Yeah, so Coach, with that super sprint event, and you're saying it's not 100% how the team's going to look at the end of the year, do you feel like how the team, like your strengths, the team will perform, like the super sprints plays to your strengths, or is it more of a let's just kind of see how we fare sort of thing?
I think it's a little bit of both. Some of the girls on the team are really strong sprinters, and I recruited them knowing that we were going to have to build up their endurance a little bit, and so they're probably going to do stronger at this race, whereas some of the other girls, and especially our returners that have been training for the longer distance, might not do as well at this distance because they need more time to catch up on one of the disciplines or just build into that speed a little bit. So it's like if you take it to a track event, it's comparing the 400 and the 800. I mean, those are both much shorter, but in that type of comparison, the athletes that race 800 aren't the same athletes that race 400, typically.
You were talking about a big freshman class. I'm just curious about what the roster buildup looks like. How do you recruit these athletes? And then it sounds like you have a lot of sprinters. Is that the way that you recruit, or is it kind of a balanced recruiting approach?
It's across the board. I look mostly for girls that are going to provide a good team culture and be a good addition to our team. And we've been really working the past couple of years on building a strong team vibe and really coming to each race as a team and racing together as a team. Even though it's an individual sport, it is a team sport, and we race as a team and we qualify as a team, and everyone that is on our team goes into qualifying for that national championship. Even if they don't race at nationals, they're part of that process. And so I'm first recruiting athletes that I think are going to be beneficial on our team in the team environment. And then I'm looking for girls that have athletic potential. They may be strong swimmers or strong runners or strong cyclists, but it's kind of across the board of where their strengths are and where I see their potential.
And then for you two at the end, if you guys just want to talk about your summer a little bit and how you guys were able to stay ready and be ready for this weekend.
Yeah, I'll start that off. I actually went down to Texas to train with a group called the Paragon Pro Project, which was super cool. Triathletes from across the U.S. came together in San Antonio for a daily training environment. So it was pretty much just a full swim, bike, run focus every single day, which was awesome. I never had such a all-in triathlon quality training experience, no other obligations. So yeah, I'm really hoping that pays off. If not, it was a great learning experience. I also got to do a coaching internship, learning all about the science of coaching, which I think has benefited myself as an athlete as well. So yeah, I'm stoked to see how that work pays off.
For me, my training looked a little bit different this summer. I had a shoulder injury towards the end of the season last year, so I didn't swim as much this summer just so I could fully let it recover for the season. But I did a lot of biking and running, and did some local races and just try to get strong overall. So.
How do you see the your experience, going through that coaching program? Could you just elaborate a little bit more about how that has made you a better athlete?
Yeah, I think it's helped me read my body a lot more. In the past, I've struggled a lot with knowing when I'm doing too much or too little, or if my body's not recovered or too recovered to be reaching my full benefit from training. But through that, obviously there's still always room to grow, but I feel like I've gotten a lot of knowledge of not having to rely on, of course I rely on Jen so much, but it's good to be confident in my own knowledge too. And feel what's right for me.
Well, the bar has been set pretty high for this program, really from the start. I'm guessing that makes summer work a little easier to mentally, I've got to do this because we know how good this team can be and how close you guys are to the top of the nation. Does that just does it make it easier to get going? When it's it's 110 degrees in Texas and I don't want to train today.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we've been so close and we have such a strong team this year, I'm so excited to see how we race this year. And I think just even the vibe in the locker room before practice, everyone's excited, ready to work. We know the end goal and we're ready for it. So.
Yeah, I would say to go off that too, for sure. I've always been pretty intrinsically motivated, but knowing that I'm coming back here to a full team I expect them to do their best, but they expect me to do my best. So if I'm not doing what I need to do, then I'm not pulling my weight. So I think it's great that we all inspire each other to get the best out of ourselves for the team here.
For all of you, one of your team members is off on another continent right now for preparing for her own big race. What has it been like to have Emma there for the preseason, and kind of what are the plans for late Saturday night? I know you'll probably be getting back about the same time she races.
I think it's really cool. It's been really inspirational. We were only with her for a week, so we could only spend so much time with her. But we all sent her off, and we're excited for her, been in contact with her. She's really excited and ready to go. We plan on, when we come back from South Dakota, to go over to coaches and watch the race and cheer her on from here, and we'll be happy to welcome her back. So.
Yeah, it'll be good. 2 a.m. watch party. You gotta see it live though. Very worthwhile. Stoked for her.
Anything else? Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.